Hi everyone, Benedicta Apuama here. You already know I wear so many hats, but the latest, of course, is that I am the author of Biking Through Africa and Beyond. And I've had so many different reviews, and comments and conversations about my book. I'm really excited. But this particular review I'm about to share with you literally has my heart. It just has my heart for a number of reasons, being that it touches really on the many reasons why I decided to share my story and to share it in the manner that I did. Okay, I don't want to give out any spoilers. Let me let you watch the video for yourself.
Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about Benedicta's book, Biking Through Africa and Beyond. I hope you can see it, a young woman's journey from dusty roads to global stages. Now, why do I think this book is very, very important? Because it's very relatable. The author shared from her heart. She shared a story of how she, gave back to society, doing social impact work from Delta State in Nigeria, Delta State University, started from the university, and how she moved on to global stages. All right, and the book particularly speaks to anyone, who has this dream of just, going beyond borders, just doing something that impacts other people, not just living for yourself, but also ensuring that your work leaves positive and lasting impact on the life of other people. All right, so if you just look at the first line on this synopsis, she said, we live in a world where women are expected to shrink their dreams. So this is a perfect story of a woman who did not shrink her dreams, who dreamt beyond borders. Okay, and one interesting thing is I laughed so much while I was reading this book. It was very funny, hilarious, very, very, very interesting read. I promise you're going to enjoy it. All right, so she did two things. She got married along the journey, and then she dared to dream beyond borders. So this book is going to share how she achieved those things with grace, with curiosity, with audacity, meeting the right people, volunteering, serving, collaborating, taking some decisions to ensure that she was able to achieve her dream. One of the things I learned from this book is that traveling is not just about movement. It's not just about moving from one place to the other. It's about growth, especially when you are intentional about that particular trip you're making and the opportunities it presents. And sometimes people look at you from the lens of your passport. All right, so that's why we need to keep changing the narrative and sharing good about our country, about our continent, about our people, about what we do and what we represent. And before now, I used to think about global opportunities, such that if it's not fully funded, I'm not looking at it. But this book taught me to also look at partially funded and self-funded opportunities as well, because that could be your leverage to other global opportunities. There's so much more I could share in this book, right? There's so much more. Whether you're a young leader, a dreamer stuck a crossroad, or simply someone who needs to believe in something again, this book will make you laugh. I already said that. Reflect and maybe even get on your own metaphorical bike. Okay, so try to get a copy and you would be glad you did.
It's interesting that I've had so many people say, oh, it was funny. I didn't know I was that funny. But if you've read the book, don't release any spoilers, but just drop in the comment section some of the things that made you laugh after reading the book.